First and foremost, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, and all the water to all you sincere listeners out there who are trying to understand everything that's going on in the scriptures. Lord's willing, this video will be edifying for all you brothers and aquas out there. This is going to be talking about, it's not only Isaiah 14, but, it may not be a long video, but it's going to be, something to think on or to reread, what you've been taught. So Satan, we say Satan in a lot of sentences. Satan, how thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer. That's talking about, we say Esau. We talk about Satan, how beheld Satan falling like lightning. The old serpent devil, and saying that deceived the whole world, cast out, Revelations. Luke, that was a reference in Luke, Satan fell like lightning. Now you got this. There's a lot of, let's say, errors in saying that's Esau. Not all of them. None of them are Esau, right? I'm gonna break it down to you by saying Isaiah. I'm gonna start with so I'm gonna say right now, Satan is actually talking about the angel Satan on the left hand side. All right, so I'm gonna break it down one time. When I read the chapter 14, Isaiah 14:1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land. And their strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. Talking about the other nations. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. They shall take them captive who captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou wast made to serve. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, how had the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased? If you read, okay, so king of Babylon is talking about Satan. So you gotta read Ezekiel. If you look into Ezekiel 28, it calls the prince of Tyrus, talking about the king. The prince of Tyrus is talking about the human ruler at the time, right? Which is the king of Tyrus, obviously. The human king Tyrus. And the title is called Prince of Tyrus. And then there's a king of Tyrus, talking about an angelic being or a spiritual force behind the Prince of Tyrus. This goes into this angel, right? So there it talks about the human ruler and then the spiritual ruler using him, behind the scenes. That's behind the curtain in a way. That it kind of connects to this. The king of Babylon, the prince of Babylon, right? How had the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased? The Lord has broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger, is persecuted, and none hindereth. The whole earth is at rest and quiet. They break forth into singing. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us. Hell from beneath is moved for thee, to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even at all the chiefs of the earth, chief ones of the earth. It hath raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nation. So there are people in hell, right, who are in this grave, right? So we say hell is a condition. It's not a place. It's not. It can't be. Hell from beneath is moved for thee, to meet thee at thy coming. It stir up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It has raised up from their throne all the kings of the nation. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Right? So these spirits, these people who died, right, are in this hell, right? And it said they shall speak, and they're gonna say unto, art thou become weak as we? Right? So for some reason it's a condition, it's not a place, but it says I have moved thee, I've hell from beneath and moved for thee, to meet thee at thy coming. So this person, the king of Babylon, right, is going to this place called hell, and he's gonna meet these kings and chief ones that he deceived throughout the world. All they that speak and say unto thee, art thou hast also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy bowels. The worm is spread under thee, and the worms and the worms cover thee. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of Yahweh. So this is talking. I will ascend into heaven. So listen. Okay, let's read it. I will ascend into heaven. Right. Talking about. It's been said that it's talking about the space stations. He said, I will exalt my throne above the stars of Yahweh. The stars, that's it's been talking about the nation Israel. I'll sit also upon the mount of the congregation inside the north. So, let's see. Okay, let's read it from here. I will ascend into heaven. So, if we all know heaven is a space. All right. Right. So there's a firmament, right? And after the firmament it's the heavens, right? And if you listen to all these not these Christian videos, all of it connects the dots in a way. And if you can read, like, I will ascend to heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of Yahweh, the throne, the stars, right? If you read the book of Job, the Lord explains to Job how the earth was created, the foundation of the earth, the morning stars and the angels sing for joy, right? And if you look in the sky, what do you call those in the sky, right? Stars, right? All those million billions of little dots, bright white dots, are called stars. And so but from what he's saying right here is saying he'll exalt himself above the stars of the Most High, talking about the angels. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will sit above the heights of clouds. I will be like the Most High. So we talk about Esau, right? Not saying you could fit this to King Nebuchadnezzar, King Nimrod. You could fit this to Esau. Every time there was a ruler in place, what did King? I think it was. I could be wrong, but King Nimrod, I think, he built the Tower of Babel. Salakia, I was right. He shot the arrows into the sky. He was shooting at the arrows to the sky, and he's saying, he basically, in their mind, they were trying to kill the gods, and he built the Tower of Babel, right? Everybody was saying, what did Xerxes say to whatchamacallit? He said to Leonidas, he said he's a just God, he's a God man. So behind this movement, Esau, right? Nowadays, Esau, what is Esau trying to be like? The Most High. Esau trades food in labs. He controls the weather. He himself believes he is the Most High, right? He clones, DNA splicing, DNA editing. The left-hand side angel, the angel on the left-hand side using Esau because they know what happened to them the last time they tried to do that. They saying, what, let's not make ourselves do this. Let's tell him to do it for us. Tell him to make us some new demonic, and people don't understand that. He said, I will be like the Most High. What spirit is Satan? We all saying, if Esau is the spirit of Satan, right? Wouldn't this mainly be talking about Satan then? If the one pushing for Esau to push this is Satan, so this whole thing should be about Satan trying to be like the Most High, right? And if he's trying to be like the Most High, why? What? What made him? Because we say angels on the left hand side. It's been said, angels on the left hand side. That's it. Boom. That's the only thing we got. Angels on the left hand side. There's no end. There's no beginning. Christianity, right? They have a beginning. How angels fell from heaven, right? They want to usurp authority from the Most High, right? And pride got the better of them, and they were cast down. That's a beginning. There's no beginning when someone says there's angels on the left hand side, and that's it. They're just there, and there's a beginning for everything but the Most High. The Most High is he's outside of time. He's constant. He's instant. He's always been there. There's no beginning or ending for him. He's just been there. He's just there. He just exists. Yahweh Shai, he was created by Yahweh Yislaki. Yahweh created Yahweh Shai, and Yahweh Shai created everything else. Created the angels. He created Earth. Created the heavens. Right. So everyone has a beginning. So if all angels, and it said in the book of Job, all the angels in the morning started singing for joy when Earth was created, right? Including Satan, right? He sang for joy when Earth was created and formed. Everybody was happy. Everybody was pleased with this, right? It just doesn't make sense for you to say that, oh, yep, he just bad. Boom, bad, you know? What, like everyone he has an origin. I'm going to get into it. Ezekiel 28. I'm gonna read that. To get more. I'm gonna give people more clarification, all the viewers and listeners out there, on what this is referring to when this is talking about that garden, that serpent in the garden, or who fell from heaven, or it's not talking about why is it got to be a loop? Why is it a parable? Why is it got to be metaphorical? Why can't it just be? It just is that, right? It's gotta be Esau. It gotta be Esau. Esau hasn't been around that long for him to be Esau. Esau was not in the garden. He wasn't in the garden. He wasn't before the flood. Esau, he's wicked. I'm not saying he's not. But he just doesn't fit. The Bible, Esau, the Bible, the devil, the Bible speaks of is not it. But he is the synagogue of Satan, talking about the Amalekites, specific tribe of Edom. People may ask, well, what's the difference? What difference does it make? Well, the tribe of Edom is, the Lord don't like the tribe of Edom, which says that, but he said this too about the tribe of Amalek. He told King Saul, what did he tell King Saul? Wipe out the whole tribe of Amalek, wipe out the animals, wipe out the children, wipe out everything I got over there. Don't bring nothing back. Don't let them live. And that specific tribe. So the Lord is very specific when he talks about certain people. When he says the synagogue of Satan, who shall make themselves be like Jews, but they are actually the synagogue of Satan, talking about the Amalekites specifically. Or the time when the Lord said, I shall have war with Amalek generation to generation. He specifically gave a name for this specific nation with this tribe name. So this tribe is the worst of the Edomites, right? So, yeah, that's the difference, that the Lord is very specific on when he's referring to somebody. So yes, that tribe, Amalek, is the synagogue of Satan. And the other nations, the other tribes of Edom is wicked just as well. They're just as wicked. They're wicked. Probably not as wicked, so like I said, just as, but probably, but they're wicked. But Amalek's on a different level. But yeah, that when they said the synagogue of Satan, it's talking about Amalek, right? Not the whole tribe of Edom. But to answer I'm going to read down. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? People say, oh, that got to be Esau, because it's not what he's doing right now, right? Right? But this could be said about King Nebuchadnezzar, right? All the kings of that time. But somehow we fit it to Esau. But even an angel can take a form of a man, right? That trembled at this shit kingdoms. And someone read down to 17 that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners. All the kings of the nation, even all of them, lie in glory, everyone in his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the remnant of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword that go down to the stones of a pit. As a carcass trodden under feet, thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. How does that go into a man? So I'm gonna get Ezekiel 28, right? And I'm gonna just The 20. No. All right. So this is what I mean by the king of Babylon. When it said the king of Babylon, right? We're gonna get. I'm gonna read it to you. Then I'm gonna get straight to the point. Ezekiel 28:1. The word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyre, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am Yahweh. I sit in the seat of Yahweh, in the midst of the seas. Thou art a man and not a God. Thou art a man and not Yahweh. Though thou set thine heart as the heart of Yahweh, behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee. With thy wisdom and with thy understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches, and hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasures. By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thy heart is lifted up because of thy riches. So this is talking about the man. Prince of Tyrus is talking about the man, right? And we're about to read. Watch. He's going to say the king of Tyrus. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because thou hast set thine heart as the heart of Yahweh. Behold, therefore I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nation. They shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom. They shall defile thy brightness. They shall bring thee down to the pit, and thou shalt die the deaths of them that are slain in the midst of the seas. Wilt thou yet say before him that slayed thee, I am Yahweh? But thou shalt be a man, and not and no God. I'll just, and no God in the hand of him that slayeth thee. Thou shalt die the deaths of the uncircumcised by the hands of strangers, for I have spoken it, saith the Lord Yahweh. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, right? He said, say this, upon the king of Tyrus. Okay, so these are two different. You see it, 12. It says king of Tyrus, right? Right, and it says at 12 it says king, and 2 it says Prince of Tyrus at 2, and at 12 it says King of Tyrus. What's the difference? Prince of Tyrus is the man, and King of Tyrus is the spirit pushing. You're gonna read it. Watch. You're gonna see it's not talking about, like I was trying to explain in Isaiah. When it says the King of Babylon, it was not talking about an actual. It was talking about. Yeah, from face value, it looked like it was talking about the king. At the same time, he was cutting the king and cutting the spirit, the angel that was behind him, pushing for the king to do wicked. So at the same time, the Lord is rebuking both of them, like two birds in one stone in that verse. But right here, he literally made a separation between the two. And we're about to go down and read on the 13. Thou hast been in the Eden, the garden of Yahweh. Every precious stone was thy covering. So this king of Tyrus, right? Let's say, right, this Edomite, this Esau, right? He is in the garden. Doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't even fit in the context. Esau being in the garden at this time, because Esau wasn't even thought of. He wasn't created, The garden of Yahweh, every precious stone was thy covering, the sardius, the topaz, and the diamond, the beryl, the onyx, and the jasper, the sapphire, the emerald, and the carbuncle, and the gold. The workmanship of thy tabrets and thy pipes was prepared in thee in the day that thou was created. Thou art the anointed cherub. Cherub is a certain classification of angel. Why do we connect that to Esau? Why is Esau in the garden? Why is he the old serpent? He's not the old serpent. He's not, it's an angel. It's a being, right? Anointed cherub, right? What are we going to say? Thou art the anointed Edomite, Esau. Come on, let's just think about this. Let's read this context, right? And I have set thee, thou was upon the holy mountain of Yahweh. Thou hast walked up and down in the midst of the stones of fire. Thou was perfect in thy ways from the day that thou was created, till iniquity was found in thee. Name an Edomite that was ever perfect. The Lord talks about Edom, and there's a whole destruction on Esau and nation Edom in Book of Obadiah, where Edom was never perfect. How perfect in your ways. How Esau was perfect in his ways. It's been said that the old serpent is talking about Esau and Eve, Edom and Eve, the serpent and Eve. Every time we see the serpent and Eve, what do we see? We see Edom with our women, guiding our women. It's basically trying to say Esau is a serpent, but he's not. Esau's not the serpent, right? Obviously, all women come from Eve. That's not wrong, but To say that the old serpent is Esau, it just doesn't fit. Yo, that's worship. We talk about angels on the left hand side so much, but we don't really get it. People don't get in depth or get into it as much. Like there's things worse. There's beings out there worse than Esau. Where do you think Esau gets this rage from? Where do you think he pushes him to keep being wicked? It's not. It's not from. It's from a spiritual force. It's coming from Satan. Right, let's get on Satan more and rebuke him. I'm not saying don't rebuke Esau, of course, but we got to get on. We just keep making excuses and finding like little, that's not Esau. I mean, that's Slocky. That's not Satan. That's Esau. That's got to be Esau just because. By the multitude of thy merchandise, they have filled the midst of thee with violence. Thou hast sinned, therefore I will cast thee as a profane. Out of the mountain of Yahweh I will destroy thee, O covering cherub, from the midst of the stones of fire. So he was cast out. He was cast out of the mountain of Yahweh. Talking about his presence. Where did you find Esau? Right, Esau was in the presence of the Most High, and he guarded the Eden. Where like Esau just, thine heart was lifted up because of thy beauty, thou hast corrupted thy wisdom by the reason of thy brightness. I'll cast thee to the ground, I'll lay thee before Cain that they may behold thee. Thou hast defiled thy sanctuary by the multitude of thy iniquities, by the iniquity of thy traffic. Therefore will I bring forth a fire from the midst of thee, it shall devour thee. I'll bring thee to ashes upon earth, in the sight of all them that behold thee. All they that know thee among the people shall be astonished at thee. Thou shalt be a terror, and shalt thou be any more. Again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Sidon, and prophesy against it. So this is talking about now the Lord is setting his this is now at 21 is talking about someone else. So all the way down to 20, from 1 to 20, it jumped from the prince of Tyrus to the king of Tyrus. There's a complete distinction between the two. One is a man and one is the angel. Anointed cherub is talking about an angel. Cherubs are angels. It talks about them in Ezekiel chapter 1. 4 faces, two wings on both sides, twain on both sides, straight up, down, side to side. And then there's another being that appeared, a will within a will. Like there's different classifications of angels. It's very vague that we don't get into the details. People don't get into details of what different angels there are. Their principalities, their powers. Those are different ranks. There are angels that are for people, angels who heal. The 7 virtuous angels, the 7 holy angels. Like there's different ranks. Archangels, cherub, seraphim, right? It's very. So this right here is talking about an angel. Yes, angels can sin. They can turn wicked. That's exactly what I'm saying. They were perfect in their way. They know right from wrong. So I'm not saying that, they're born ignorant. They're not ignorant. They know what's good and what's not good. So they are perfect if they choose to be. Let's just say that. But, there are some angels who didn't want to do the right thing, right? Then I'm going to get Luke. So another one. All right, let's try to get into this. Luke, it's been said that and he said, beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. We say that's talking about Esau. All right, we're going to not, people out there say that. I'm going to try to get into this from 1. Actually, I'm going to read from 1. Luke 10:1. After these things, the Lord appointed other 70 also, and sent them 2 and 2 before his face into every city and place whither he himself would come. Therefore said he unto them, the harvest truly is great, but laborers are few. Pray ye therefore the Lord of the harvest that he would send forth laborers into his harvest. Go your ways, behold, I send you forth as lambs among wolves. Carry neither purse, nor scrip, nor shoes, and salute no man by the way. And to whatsoever house ye enter, first say, peace be to this house. And if the son of the peace be there, your peace shall rest upon it. If not, it shall turn to you again. In the same house remain, eating and drinking, such thing as they give. For the labor is worthy of his hire. Go not from house to house. And whatsoever city ye enter, they receive you. Eat such things as are set before you, and heal the sick that are therein. Say unto them, the kingdom of Yahweh is come nigh unto you. But into whatsoever city ye enter, and they receive you not, go your way out into the streets of the same, and say, even the very death of your city which cleaveth unto us, we do wipe off against you. Notwithstanding, be ye sure of this, that the kingdom of Yahweh is come nigh unto you. But I say unto you that it shall be more tolerable in the day for Sodom than for that city. Woe unto you, woe unto thee, Chorazin, unto thee, Bethsaida, for if this mighty works had been done in Tyre and Sidon, which have been done in you, they had a great while ago repented, sitting in sackcloth and ashes. But it shall be more tolerable for Tyre and Sidon at the judgment than for you. But in thou, Capernaum, which are exalted to heaven, shalt thou be thrust down to hell. He that hears you hears me. He that despises you despises me. He that despises me despises him that sent me. So talking about, if you despise the prophet, he's telling you something, you're despising Yahweh. If you despise Yahweh, you're despising Yahweh. Right? If people are not willing to accept that angels can send, like all right, that's fine. Right? What does scripture say? If you don't want to accept, it's, the scripture all talk about talents. So the Lord he may understand that you may not get this, right? Maybe it's not meant for you to get. That doesn't mean you're not a servant of the Lord. There's some talents that were given to people, and they were meant for certain people. People have different talents, 5, 4, 1, 10, 11, 15, whatever, right? Different numbers, it varies between people, right? Some people have more than others, some have less than others. Some people won't be able to receive something because it wasn't given for them to receive. That doesn't mean they can't be saved. They may know it in the kingdom, right? So just because you can't accept that angels could fall, and let's say you can't accept that, but you can believe in the lake of fire, probably you can still, you're still doing the right thing. You still have faith. You're still doing what all you could do. The Lord just sees that you may not know something, but if you know something and you're hiding it, yeah, that's completely different. That's completely different. That can save somebody's life. Yeah, that's wrong. And the 70 returned again with joy, saying, Lord, even the devils are subject unto us through thy name. So the apostles at this time, Peter, James, right? All these other apostles at this time, Bartholomew, they were all saying how the evil spirits, devils, were subject unto them. Like they not a Saslaki, unto thy name, unto their name. They called upon the name of the Lord, and they were able to cast them out, right? And he said unto him, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. Okay. Let's read that again. So this is talking about devil. Devil's talking about, the devils right here are talking about evil spirits, right? Now let's read on. They're saying, it's been said that this Satan right here in chapter Salaki, verse 18 is talking about Esau. Let's read in that context. Let's try to read in that way. And he said unto him, I beheld Esau as lightning fall from heaven. It's talking about his power. It's talking about his seat of power. Esau, his system crumbling. What sense does that make in that sentence? The apostle said to him, I cast out devils. We cast out devils. They're subject unto you through your name. The devils, evil spirits, right? And you got the Lord looking back saying, Esau fell like lightning from heaven. Like what he's talking about, his power. He gave them we're saying that he gave them a parable of Esau falling that had nothing to do at all. Basically, you're Joe Biden, the most Yahushua. You give him to Joe Biden. You're saying he's incoherent. You're saying he's incoherent. He doesn't know what he's saying. What does Esau got to do with devils being cast out? Satan makes more sense. The angel Satan makes more sense connected to this because it's basically saying there was an. Okay, let me read it the way it should have been read. Verse 17, and the 70 returned again with joy, saying, Lord, even the devils are subject unto us through thy name. Right? The devil talking about evil spirits. And there's an evil being above those spirits. And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. So he's even telling this, there's a power even worse than them that even I beheld him falling. So for them, for me, that's nothing. That's basically Yahushua. That's the point. The point was Yahushua was making when he said, I beheld Satan falling like lightning, is like, there was this angel, the first angel he was cast out. I beheld him fall like lightning. So for me to see, to do this is nothing. You know, it's making a point, making a difference in power right now. Basically saying he mentioned a name. He mentioned this power. He mentioned this being. So he must have been powerful, more powerful than these devils, and he was cast out, right? Saying that's nothing. So I had to deal. He was beheld. I beheld him. You know, it's like King David. Let's say King David. All right. Let's say somebody came up to King David and said, King David, what's somebody I could name in history? You defeated Alexander. You know, he could say, I defeated Goliath. You know, Goliath is probably like 8 feet or 9 feet or whatever. Right? You know what I mean? He's basically making a reference saying this person was even better than that person. So people are going to be amazed at that, you know? Like, wow. So in a way, he's just saying that Satan is, he was not more of a problem, but he was more lethal than the evil spirits were. That's the point, right? To fit Esau in this context makes zero sense, you know? Now let's read on. Behold, I give unto you the power to tread on serpents and scorpions over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you. Notwithstanding this, rejoice not that the spirits are subject unto you, but rather rejoice because your names are written in heaven. So we're talking about the spirits still, saying, I give you power upon the serpents and the scorpion, all the power of the enemy. The enemy is Satan, right? And his angels and the evil spirits, right? Notwithstanding this, rejoice not that the spirits are subject unto you. So the spirits are subject unto them. In the name of the Lord, they're able to cast them out. Right? And so right here it's telling you that this is still the same story. Nothing changed. They're still talking about the spirits. They're talking about good spirits, bad spirits. Rejoice in the spirit. And I'm going to read down some more. It's 21. In that hour, Yahushua rejoiced in spirit and said, Thank thee, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth, that thou hast hid these things from the wise and prudent, and hast revealed them unto babes, even though, Father, for so it seemed good in thy sight. So, nothing really changed. This whole... If we're talking about the devils in 17 and boom, Esau 18, then let's go down. And it doesn't... And it goes right back to being spirits don't really make much sense. Right? We harp on Esau, and it's not Esau, right? Let's get down to the main person, the main being. Who moves people like a chess? There are beings that control outside, ain't left-hand side, right-hand side, right? They work through people. Why is it got to be Esau? Why is it Esau is not the be-all, end-all, right? He's not. He's just a man. At the end of the day, he's wicked as hell. I'm not saying he's not changing anything that's already been said of this man's wicked. He could, if you really want to be, I could be politically correct with you guys, all the viewers out there. He's not a devil. Devil's an evil spirit. If you really want to be if you really want me, if you want to be really accurate, you can use it it's an insult. You can say it as an insult, but the devil the Bible speaks of is just not right. It's just not accurate. As much as I don't like this man, it's not him. It's not him. The devil can be an insult, but he's not the devil the Bible speaks of. He could be a devil. He is a devil, but it's an actual devil, is an evil spirit. Like it's kind of like calling somebody a bitch. It's an insult, but are they really a bitch? A bitch is a female dog, right? It's more of an insult rather than an accurate representation of whoever you're referring to, right? So, yeah, he's Esau something. He's wicked, but I just want to get off. I just want to let you guys know. Read Ezekiel 28. Read Ezekiel 28. You know, I'm gonna try to. You know, I want you guys to understand. This is not. I'm gonna share a video. I'm gonna share a video on my channel about the Ezekiel 28. I want you guys to read it. All the viewers out there. It's gonna make a distinction between the Prince of Tyrus and the King of Tyrus to make you guys understand that this is beyond Esau. All right. Forget Esau. Let's read it for what it is. Not everything's a parable, not everything's a metaphor, not everything's allegory. Sometimes things are just straightforward, right? And this right here don't even make any sense. The Lord usually says there's a parable the Lord spoke upon the multitude. You know, the Lord always says he's bringing in a parable. He always says, most of the times, when in the book of Matthew he says it's a parable, it's a parable. Right here, it doesn't make any sense to bring up Esau. Say he's an actual angel, right? Let's clear that up. You know, and hopefully you brothers, Akim and Akwaf out there who are listening, that there are things that are starting to be revealed now, that some things weren't true. Like this is something new, probably new for some people, but things are starting to be revealed more and more. I'm going to try to get more in on the lake of fire and break it down some more. You know, I feel like that needs to be said. You know, we were talking about eternity, eternal, and is there a place of punishment? I feel like, is there a place of punishment, Salaki? I feel like that needs to be touched on a little more, because we talked about missiles. I made videos, thousands of videos on missiles and nuclear fire and nuclear, and you know, it's nothing. That's nothing. That's not the worst thing ever. I'm gonna, you know, in the next video, I'm gonna tell you what's the worst thing ever. That's not eternal punishment. Being hit by a missile is not eternal punishment. If we believe that there's no type of judgment after death, then you're good. Then we're good. Who cares if you get hit by a missile? Boom, you go right to the Most High. Boom, you know, you just you're skipping around the Most High's throne, skipping in a circle like la la la, you know, la la land, right? Then you have nothing to worry about. But that's not the case. There's a place worse. There's something worse than this life. We say this life is hell, man. I'm gonna explain it in the next video. But with that, I'm going to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And Lord's willing, all you Akim and Akwaf are able to receive this lesson. You know, sometimes I'm going to be trying to review my videos and try to clarify better and try to sharpen my videos. You know, this is my first time speaking on this in some of my videos, so I'm going to try to smooth out the curves in a way, right? Kind of like, there's like a couple potholes in my videos. I want to just, you know, Lord willing, I'm going to come back and remake a new video of all the videos I make recently. And they're going to be more clear for everyone to understand. Till next time, I say shalom.